Everyone knows I love hypothetical formats and just looking at discussions for a lot of things like this. China did another no ban list tournament with no restrictions or bans. The only card that was banned was Victory Dragon. And they used extra deck limit of 15. For cards with effect changes, you use the original text compared to the errata version. So Imperial Order would be version 1, where you don't have to pay the cost every standby phase. Now, I do want to talk about this real quick. The last couple of times that they did this, Tearlament and Keshjiro were in the top of the top. Now, this is 62 decks, and Tearlament didn't really crack top 4 at all. We had 3 Ryziel and a Sky Striker in the top 4 lists. So let's get into the actual lists and talk about them. So I'm going to be opening them up in a separate page because it's easier to look at them. And we have the top 2 here. We have Ryziel, both pure, running some form of hand rip in main and side deck from Confiscation and the Forceful Sentry, along with Pot of Greed for draw power and Graceful Charity. And then you also have 3 Call by the Grave because it's really good in the second place list. But let's focus on the first place list first. D-Shifter, Fuelos, Ash, Maxi, Droll, absolute staples currently in this type of format. Pot of Greed, absolutely insane in Ryziel. And you can see 3 Sword, Ice, and X with 1 note and 1 star. The 1 plugin, the 1 Ryziel hole, and the 1 cross. Now, what are things that you could see in this list? Well, rank 4 deck's gonna rank 4 with Azathoth going from Nyarla up into the Azathoth, or you could go Tellarknight Ptolemaeus up into the Azathoth during the opponent's turn, along with a Shockmaster. Shockmaster is absolutely dumb because you can summon it back with Eclipse Twins, and you can do the exact same thing with multiple other cards in here. So, not only you're going for Azathoth combo for the opponent's turn, you're going Shockmaster combo too. Abyss Dwellers here, even though that's forbidden, it's still really powerful. And the side deck's 3 Lancia, 3 Comfy, 3 Silent Graveyard, 3 Imperial Order, and 3 Red Reboot, because, well, Red Reboot's still an extremely powerful card. Then we look at the second place list, you see the 3 Shifter again, 3 Ash, 3 Maxi, but they have the Droll and Fuelos in the side deck along with the Lancia too. Now this one is focused more on hand ripping and draw power with Pot of Greed and Graceful Charity, along with Confiscation and the Forceful Sentry, the 3 Bonfire as well, and there's 2 copies of Royal Oppression because stopping special summons is really good. And we kind of have the same effect in the side deck here, Tellarknight Ptolemaeus to go up into Azathoth, and they're running the brand new Tellarknight Exceed monster that you can attach to Ptolemaeus, or you could just slap it on top of Ptolemaeus. And honestly, that's completely crazy to think about. Double Eclipse Twins because the card's absolutely insane, so it's understandable. We have 3 Silent Graveyard and 2 Imperial Order in the side deck as well, because you're probably going to be siding out all of 15 of these cards and replacing a lot of your spell cards for what you've put in, so you have perfect counters to the opponent. Now we get to the third and fourth place. Third place is, again, Ryziel. It's running Dragon's Mind in the main deck as a one-of copy because it's a really powerful card. And even then, we could still see the 3 Shifter, Fuelos, Ash, and the Maxi, along with the 1 Drone Lockbird because they're running the 3 Forceful Sentry, the Pot of Greed, and Graceful Charity for deck thinning. And also then, Graceful Charity is a great extender since you could just summon back stuff with other pieces of your combo. And only 2 Bonfire because you outweigh the consistency with the whole entire engine itself. In the extra deck, we could see the Tellarknight Deltoros, I mean, along with a copy of Lavalval Chain. That's interesting. In the side deck, there's 2 Feather Duster, 2 Perulia, copy of Mischief on the Gnomes. Very great against the Mirror Match. 3 Red Reboot, 2 Imperial Order, and 2 Evenly Matched, because Evenly Matched is a very strong card, especially in a format like this. But let's get to the fourth place list, being Sky Strikers. Now, you're running Confi, the Forceful Sentry, Graceful Charity, Pot of Greed, On top of engage for a draw, for a search, then a draw one. And you also have the Fallen and the Virtuous for your mini destruction combo, on top of just many other pieces here. Hamp is in the side deck because it's a searchable kaiju. Droll and Lockbird, the Linkwin duo is absolutely mental to think about, being able to rip 2 cards out of your opponent's hand for free, on top of the other hand rips you have as well as the 1 triple tactics talent. Now, outside of that, there's not really much going different from all the others, outside of the running the Imperial Order in the main, in the side deck. Oh, that's evil. It makes sense though, because if you're already set up, you really don't need your spell cards, and you could just immediately get rid of it off of some of your effects. So there is some things you could do, like probably multi-roll the Imperial Order away. Overall, these are some insane top 4 lists, but now let's get into the top 8 lists. These are the more interesting decks. We already have Magical Scientist FTK. We go every single time there's an FTK. They're running the Starving Venom Fusion Dragon, along with the Illa Sylvia, Garura, the new DDD monster, because, hey, why not? Oh, is this just magic? This is just Magical Scientist control. That's actually insane. Um, a Norden Mud Dragon. Yeah, it's literally Lyrilisk FTK with the Supreme King. That's absolutely insane that you could just pull that off. That is 3 1-for-1s for Magical Scientist. That's a total of 6 copies on top of the Painful Choice, which is additional copies, with digging through your deck with Pot of Greed and Graceful Charity on top of the last will, which is 3 more additional copies of Magical Scientist. You have 3 Comfy and 3 Forceful Sentry for hand ripping. And then in the side deck, you have the 3 Foolos, the Giant Trunade, Call by the Grave, Super Prolly, and Impulse. Then in the main deck, we're looking at things like Gamma, Ash, Shifter, Droll, and Maxi. Players are really, really hating on Tearlament, which is absolutely fine. And kind of want to test out this list because it looks super fun. Then we have the 6th place list. It is Ryziel Nekroz, using Nekroz as Sophia for the lock, on top of Jin the Releaser Rituals to stop special summoning. Now, I do see Future Fusion in here. That's probably Doten the Denial Deity. So, card right here. 1 light monster plus 2 aura monsters, except on the field or in the graveyard. So, original text of Future Fusion allows you to send the materials to the graveyard immediately. So you could send your Nekroz pieces to the grave, or you can send your Driver, your Destrudo, and your Zephyros to the grave for free. That's absolutely insane. We could see Barones in there with Double Herald as a thought as well, because as a thought's just one of the best cards in this format. You have Shockmaster Lavalval Chain for more sends to get Jin to the graveyard, or along with SP, Halka Fibrax, and Sprite Elf, because Sprite Elf can summon back Jin, or can summon back Diviner, so Diviner can send a Herald to get a search of Nekroz Brio, and Jin go the whole mile. We could also see in the side deck 3 Shifter, 3 Foolos, 2 Comfy, 3 Forceful Sentry. That's pretty much your premier staples there. Comfy and the Forceful Sentry. And Graceful Charity and Pot of Greed. So you have 4 defining staples in this format, along with Maxi, that it's absolutely insane. Other things that we could see here, you have the Killer Tune level 5 Synchro Monster, which is really useful to synchro away with other cards as well to go into Barone. So there's a lot of aspect in this list, which is very cool, and that's another list that I would love to test around and see how things go. But we do have 7th place being 60 card Tearlament Pile, running a copy of Gem Knight Sapphire, because it's an aqua. Gem Knight Tearlament. I could see it. It's just a mini engine just to get 2 ways to fusion summon, or just additional bodies on the board to go into a rank 4. Now, I do want to note, we do see in the main deck, there is a copy of Mystic Mine, along with Transaction Rollback, and Exchange of Spirits with Gravekeeper's Trap. So, locking out the opponent's graveyard is really vital. Metaverse as well to get the Mystic Mine out for more copies. Painful Choice, absolutely insane in the deck, being able to reveal 4 tier names and then whatever else you need, and your opponent has a rough time with that. We can also see again as a thought with Ptolemaeus, along with a Lalavolval Chain. In the side deck, we have another copy of Mystic Mind, a Baguska, Imperial Order, Vanity's Emptiness. That's pretty much sums up what Tearlament does. It's just what Tearlament would do, you would expect everything from it. Now for the last list, it's just another Ryziel list running the 3 Shifter, 3 Ash, 3 Maxi in the main deck for your hand traps, with 3 Comfy, 3 Forceful Sentry, 3 Pot of Greed, 3 Graceful Charity, 3 Bonfire. So many 3-ofs. If a deck has so many 3-ofs like this, it's a problem. And honestly, I see quite a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16 different cards in the main deck. If a deck has less than 16 or exactly 16, something's fishy going on, as we see again the Azathoth in the side deck. In the extra deck, I mean Eclipse Twin as well, with Tellarknight, Ptolemaeus, and Diamond, Abyss Dweller, and you also have Shockmaster. It's no wonder why Ryziel's super dominant in this format, because it's just Abyss Dweller turn 0. Or turn 1, I would prefer. We also have the Fulos and Droll and Lockbird in the side deck with Silent Graveyard, just to give the middle finger to Tearlament. And then we also have Imperial Order evenly matched and the Ryziel Hole. Overall, this is very interesting looking at what players are doing for no banlist formats. And realistically, seeing Ryziel number 1, it really makes a lot of sense because of how explosive some rank 4s can be, going into Azathoth off of Tellarknight Ptolemaeus, just having Abyss Dweller to just mess up Tearlaments today, on top of just plenty of other rank 4s. But tell me what you all think about this on No Forbidden list. And do you think if Konami should do these type of side events at tournaments? But anyways, I've been BoltSpider. I hope you guys did enjoy this reaction, and I'll see you all in the next video. If you all enjoyed this video, hit that like button down below, and if you want to show support, please hit that subscribe button as well. And I do also have channel memberships, and if you want to support the channel more, it would be much appreciated. Thank you to FGH for supporting the channel, and I'll see you all in the next video.